Hi, my name is Me2Win and I'm a student at UC Berkeley. This is my 8th YouTube video assignment for a patent engineering course at UC Berkeley called IOR 190G. In this video, I'll again go through a brief overview of the lawsuit between HTC and Apple, and then take the opposite side of my previous video and argue why HTC does not infringe on Apple's patent. So Apple is suing HTC over a few patents, one in particular being patent 7,469,381, or patent number 381 for short. And so this patent is called List Scrolling and Document Translation, Scaling, and Rotation on a Touchscreen Display. Apple's claiming that 17 of HTC's smartphones, as well as HTC's tablet computer, all infringe on this patent, and in particular on one of the main features of this patent called the window bounce back feature. So I'll go into detail about what this feature is and how in fact HTC does not infringe on this patent. So the first claim of this patent, which is the main argument in Apple's lawsuit against HTC, can be broken down in three parts. The first is that the screen displays a portion of an electronic document and detects a movement on the screen. The second explains how the device reacts to this movement. And then the third covers what happens when you get to the edge of the document. And so this third part is the window bounce back feature. And so the way they explain this third part in the patent is that once you continue this movement and reach the edge, the device will display an area beyond the edge of the document. And then once the movement or the object that created the movement is no longer detected, then the device will make this area beyond the document disappear and then show a final portion of the document. So that is specifically the window bounce back feature. So I am going to argue in this video that HTC in fact does not infringe upon Apple's patents. If you look at the three different parts of the claims, the first part where it says that it displays the first portion of an electronic document and detects the movement of an object, I think there's no argument there. HTC does have that feature. The second part, in response to detecting the movement, translating the electronic document displayed on the touchscreen display in the first direction to display a second portion of the electronic document, wherein the second portion is different from the first portion. I think this is where we can begin to argue for in HTC's favor, because the language used to describe the different directions of the movement and of the document are extremely vague, and so because of that, we can argue that the patent is too vague. Once we get to the third element of the first claim, there is a lot of extremely vague language that we can use to invalidate the patent. It first says, in response to an edge of the electronic document being reached while translating the electronic document in the first direction, while the object is still detected on or near the touchscreen display. So again, the language used to describe the different directions is extremely vague. Then displaying an area beyond the edge of the document. The term area is also extremely vague. We don't know if it's supposed to be just a gray area, or if it's supposed to be a background image, or if it's an extension of the document. We don't really know. So then again, we can also argue that it is too vague. And then unfortunately the rest of the claim is fairly specific, and you can't really argue. but all the language used to describe the area beyond the document and the different directions of both the object's movement as well as the document's movement are extremely vague. And so for this reason, we can argue that HTC does not infringe on this patent. So that's it for now. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you again next week.